Morning, everybody. 9 o'clock in the East Coast, and police have just discovered even more suspicious packages. And yes, they appear connected to that string of mail bombs sent to critics and rivals of the president. NBC Justice correspondent Pete Williams has the latest. Pete, as I understand it, 2 additional packages have been discovered.
Right. Just within the past hour, Savannah, the first was found at a mail sorting facility in Florida, the one that's been the focus of so much attention over the past 12 hours or so. We're told it was addressed to Senator Cory, the New Jersey Democrat, addressed to an address that he has in Camden, New Jersey. But it was intercepted at that mail distribution center. And the second one found just a short time ago in Midtown Manhattan at a mail processing center. This one, we're told, was addressed to the former Director of National Intelligence, James Clapper. Now, you may recall that earlier this week, another package was found that had been addressed to John Brennan, the former CIA director. Absolutely. So both of them had been critical of the Trump administration. So it had been 24 hours since any packages were discovered, and authorities were hopeful that that would be that, although they said they couldn't be sure. And now more have been found. But the good news here is they're finding them in the mail distribution centers before they go any further toward their intended addressees, Savannah.
Pete, putting you on the spot with the breaking news, but we recall that the former director Brennan's his package went actually to CNN because the sender erroneously thought he was a commentator there. Did the Director of National Intelligence, James Clapper's, did his go to an office address, or did it go to another media outlet looking for him?
Yeah, I don't know what the address says on the package. Okay. So I don't know at what address it was intended to be delivered. But that's a good question and one that we'll pursue.
The other thing is, I mean, I'm sure they're just trying to reverse engineer all of this, but one wonders if these were a bunch of packages, I guess we're up to 11 or 12 now, that were all sent at the same time and are just being discovered piecemeal, or whether there's the possibility still out there that there was an initial batch sent and that this sender is still sending them.
Right. So the complicating thing is, because we know the first of them arrived on Monday. That was the one to George Soros's house. But the complicating factor here is that many of these packages were sent back to the return address and were going back and forth in the system. They went toward their destination and then they were starting to be sent back again. So it's a little difficult to tell at this point. For example, the Cory Booker package, we were unable to determine this morning whether that was on its way up to New Jersey when it was disrupted or intercepted, or whether it was coming back down to that phony address of Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz, which is on all these packages. So we just don't know yet whether these were still outbound or coming back.
Yeah. So many questions, of course, and the hunt is on. Pete Williams, sit tight. We will be back to you with more details.